Hey, and welcome to the Drep and Stone podcast, the podcast where two friends raise a glass and have a conversation. I'm Nick.
I'm Kyle.
Hey.
Hey, Nick.
Hey, Kyle.
What's going on?
Nothing, just, recording a podcast.
Oh.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Same.
And how's it going so far?
So far, so good. Just had a great beer.
Yeah, you did?
Yep. I've had more beer in the last 2 weeks than I've had probably in the last 6 months.
Wow.
I drink a lot of beer on vacation.
Did you?
Yep.
Where'd you go?
Went to New York and London.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know, just while I'm on vacation, I don't really drink a lot of like whiskey out and about.
Yeah, no.
Because I don't know, I like what I've got at the house and I'd rather drink that.
Likewise.
So when I'm out and about, I drink a lot of beer because I don't drink a lot of beer at home.
Same.
So
Same.
On vacation, that's what I do.
Anything stand out?
No.
Nope. It's just me.
No. When I'm in London, I any place I go that's got the Camden Hills.
Yeah.
I drink that up.
What's that? The beer they serve it in like a kind of a stout, not a stout glass, but like a glass that is stout. I feel like it's got bears on it or something.
Skulls?
Maybe it's skulls. It's colorful. The glass is colorful.
Yeah, Beavertown.
Beavertown. Is it Beaverton?
Yeah,
maybe
probably Beaverton, but I think it is TOWN.
Is it?
It's Beavertown?
Okay.
I don't know, but yeah, I think that's what it is. I've had it before.
Yeah.
In previous trips, yeah, it is a good IPA. In previous trips where I was in more of an IPA spirit, had a lot of those.
Yeah, yeah.
But this one I was way more just
light beer,
lager.
Sure,
lagering it up.
So like you go up and you just say, "I'd like a lager," and just whatever they pour is what they pour. Or did you ask for specific beers?
Usually asked for specific beers because like most places I got the taps right there. So
you can see what you want.
That's what I need right there.
Yeah.
But like just about, like Camden Hills is just about everywhere.
Yeah,
and that was always the go-to.
That's what I did in Ireland. Like wherever we were, I just said like I'd like a lager, and they just poured whatever.
Right.
Sometimes I didn't even know what I was drinking. I was like, okay, that's fine.
Right.
Or Guinness. Obviously you're in Ireland. So
sure.
Anyway, I see on the table before us.
Yeah.
Some goodies that you brought back from that trip.
Yeah, picked up some scotch.
Ooh.
A couple of bottles. Both of these bottles were ones that I've always wanted to try.
Sure.
They're not readily available on this side of the pond.
Yeah.
So they're not really anything that's like unique.
Yeah, they're not inaccessible. They're just difficult to find.
They're just ones that I've never had and have always wanted to try.
Now, I know that you said 2 bottles.
Yeah, we're not doing both this episode. We're going to have one and we'll save the other one for another episode.
Yeah, because, in the pantheon of when these come out, who really knows?
Not me.
Yeah, at this point, me neither. I mean, usually I do know, but at this point, I have no idea.
Not yet.
So we're going to have one of them.
Yeah.
Which one are we going to have?
Do you have a preference? Looking at them?
Yes.
What's that?
I say we go with the Kilkerran.
The Kilkerran?
Kilkerran.
Let's get the Kilkerran. From Campbelltown.
Campbelltown. Yeah. So when I was actually in Scotland, I asked a couple of people, is it pronounced Campbelltown or Campbellton? And
did you get both?
I still don't know. I think the overwhelming majority seemed like.
Well, I'm
sorry, Scotland. I still love you. Kyle, on the other hand. No, I think it was the overwhelming majority was Campbelltown.
Oh,
yeah, it was like
right,
very clearly that.
Right.
Yeah, so I say we do that.
Okay. Cool. The Kilkerran 12-year-old single malt Scotch whiskey, Glengyle Distillery, Campbelltown. So, this was sitting right there with the Springbank.
Yep.
That's always been the thought process.
Well, they're right next to each other.
Is that this is just another version of Springbank.
Sure.
Springbank took off and wildly successful and became impossible to find anywhere.
Yeah.
And so they were like, well, let's make some more.
Yeah.
Like the bottle is the exact same bottle.
Yep.
They've all got the exact same top to them. It literally just looks like it's a different label on when they're all sitting there lined up together. Yeah. I'll read you some bottle words. Mitchell's Glengyle Limited are very proud to be continuing and adding to the great Campbelltown distilling tradition, and the choice of name reflects that. Kilkerran is derived from the Gaelic, oh boy, Cain Lach Kyle Ciarain.
Nailed it.
Which is the name of the original settlement where St. Kieran had his religious cell and Campbelltown now stands.
Gotcha.
Kilkerran
I
is...
thought that was the case.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
Kilkerran is thought to be a suitable name for a new Campbelltown malt because it was unusual for the old Campbelltown distilleries to be called after a glen.
Yeah.
A custom more usually associated with the Speyside region.
Yeah.
Non-chill filtered, no added color.
So Springbank and Kilkerran, they're right next to each other. The Glengyle and the Springbank Distillery, they're both owned by J.A. Mitchell. So like literally they're the same distillery.
Right.
Well, they're the same company, not the same distillery.
Right.
Although
It might just be the same. No, and I wanted to pick this one up. Like I said, they had a couple different varieties there available.
Right.
Having never had it though, I wanted
The thing.
And this has been highly touted. I think it was the 2024 Oswa's Whiskey of the Year.
Yeah.
So I was just I want to try that.
This is actually one that I've been wanting to have for a while. And there was an episode, man. I'm going to say it's over a year old at this point of that conversation where I was trying to remember this, where it was from my experience in Scotland that like this was the thing. I couldn't remember what that Scotch was.
Right.
And like this is the one that I've been searching for.
Right.
You can find the heavily peated one, I think, more often than you can find the 12-year here. Because I've seen that. It's still quite expensive, but I've seen it.
Right.
But I'm excited.
Yeah, me
like
too.
I've wanted, since we got into Springbank, this is one that I wanted to try for quite some time.
Yep, same.
Well, let's do it.
Let's get into it.
Ooh, this is a fresh crack.
Well, yeah. I just got back in town yesterday. Be right with you.
That's okay. We'll wait.
All right, ready?
Yeah. Oh, that's. There you go. Pour that up. That's a good sound. Thank you, sir. Man, look at that. You said non-chill filtered, right?
Non-chill filtered, no color added.
You can tell.
Yeah, ain't not much color there.
No.
If you had to add that, I
It's
think we might just be drinking White Dog.
it's real light.
Yep.
Color wise, like straw water.
Yeah, man. It's already in the air, though.
Oh yeah. On the nose. Holy crap.
Yeah.
What was the ABV? 46.
46.
Whew.
Man, that is remarkably nostalgic.
Yeah.
Like I just haven't nosed a Scotch like that in so long.
I think that normally I gravitate towards peat.
Yeah.
So like to get just
I would assume no sherry.
I don't know.
Maybe a touch, but just not heavily sherry.
Right.
Like it's not like the Crimson Casks that we had
Correct.
that was like berry forward.
Right.
Which
We
all
still
that
haven't
wine
featured that one on
nature.
an episode yet. The Crimson Casks.
I think we did. I don't know. I just looked at our list.
No, we
Of
we
episodes.
talked about that with the fire heart fire
Heartburn?
Furts.
Heartfire.
No, the other compass box, the little one that they sent us. We mentioned the Crimson Cask multiple times.
I feel like I just saw it. I feel like I was looking through like the episodes. I feel like it was there. But anyway, it's not like heavily forwarded.
What it is forward though is it's like bright and fruity.
Yeah. And just a little Campbelltown funk.
Just a there's something, you're right, there's something about Campbelltown specific scotches, just a little bit of funk.
Yeah, I want to say it's whatever their grain
Maybe.
situation is. I feel like it's coming from that angle.
Yeah, it's like it's not
almost
a bad
shortbready.
funk. Yeah.
But then earthy.
There's an earthy note that's not it's not peated earthy. It's not muddy earthy. It's just like a fresh tilled earthy.
Right.
Just bit of funky.
Yep.
Not sour. Just it's so beautiful.
Yeah, that's a fun nose.
And there's a lot of depth to it.
Yeah.
Like a lot of depth. Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah, powdered sugar.
Oh, you said that? I was just like, oh, totally. Confectioner sugar, 100%. Man, okay.
Yeah. Vanilla.
Pastry. Just
A little butterscotch.
pastry.
Yeah.
Like not croissant, but like in that direction. Like just a flaky, buttery pastry. Man, what's not to like?
That's great. Good stuff.
All right, do you think that it's replicated on the palate?
I assume so.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be much of a curve.
All right, shall we?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm really glad I got this one.
Wow.
Like really glad I didn't do a variation. All right. What's your primary note?
So it's malty sweetness accented by pepper. There's like a nice black pepper note on the back end. It's prominent.
Yep.
But it complements the sweet malty nature just perfectly.
Yep. Honey sweet malt.
Yep.
Right on the front. Yeah. And then, nice strong pepper. and then just nice little cask bitter.
Yeah. Yep.
Set you off on your journey.
That cask bitter becomes, again, pretty prominent, but it's not overwhelming. It's just like it moves through the sip.
But it's got a nice char to the point that like I'm almost kind of like, is there a little peat? Is there a little peat on this? Because I do kind of feel like it's almost like an Arden American. Like it's subtle, but it's just like there's the dryingness on the back end of my palate. I could kind of be convinced there might be a touch of peat in there.
If there's peat, I'm gonna say it's the least amount of malt in there.
Bunnahabhain peat.
Yeah, like
yeah, they're baking it across the street.
To me, it feels more like recharred bourbon barrel.
Yep, I could agree with that.
And it's because it's not earthy enough.
Yeah,
the charred barrel is
that's probably more that drying essence.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Honestly, I don't care what it is. It's freaking fantastic.
Yeah, it's really delicious.
Wow.
Like that Cotswolds one that I've got is not peated in any way.
Yeah.
But it's just a different nature to it.
Correct.
You know?
Yeah.
And then everything else that I've got is either highly sherried or really smoky. So like I don't have one right now that is like anything close to this style.
Yeah.
And so it is like kind of nostalgic.
It's reminiscent of a Highland single malt.
Yeah.
And you can tell the pedigree is there. There's a bit more funk. The peppery note, the sweetness is accented by the peppery note, and that just sets it apart just a little bit. If there is a hint of peat, it's like I can see Isla. It's way over there.
Right.
You know what I mean? The kind of thing.
Right. Yeah, it's just on the aftertaste, on that breath out.
The breath out.
That I get something that suggests like smoky.
Yes.
And that absolutely 100% could just be barrel char. I mean, either way, it's not.
Oh, yeah.
It's not prominent.
No, definitely not. It is so well balanced.
Yeah. The nose is still just like knocking my socks off.
Fantastic pickup, man. That is.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And
I'm sad.
Only like 50 pounds.
Oh, yeah. And I'm sad that I haven't had
day.
it before.
Yeah.
And again, like I know that you can find it here.
Right.
But it's not super readily available.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like your Glenlivet's.
Oh, definitely not.
It's a harder one to find. You're not gonna get it at any regular liquor store. Like you're gonna have to go somewhere that's more specialized. But even then, you might find it.
Well, and I think good call on your part of, we've not had this particular brand. So rather than having something that, maybe is a little more, bespoke or a little more on the flavor profile is just not theirs necessarily, going with something that like, here's our 12 year. Yeah. Fantastic choice.
Yep. Yeah. That's great.
Yeah. All right. Now that we've got a great pour, what would you like to talk about this week?
We saw a movie recently.
We did?
We did.
What was he?
We saw Superman.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We went and saw the Man of Steel.
Yeah, we did. Well,
just Superman.
Okay, I was like, no,
he is the Man of Steel, but we didn't watch Man of Steel.
I mean, we did watch.
We've seen it before.
Yeah, we saw Superman.
No, I saw Superman, and I actually literally just got back from watching Fantastic Four.
Yeah, as of when we're recording, just like an hour or two before recording, you went and saw Fantastic Four.
Heroic movies of the summer.
Yeah,
accomplished.
Definitely
done and done.
Yeah. We actually talked about these in our films of the summer, or what we
were looking forward to.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Superman.
Okay.
And the Fantastic Four.
Okay. So I did not go see Fantastic Four with you. So let's start with Superman.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say it, man. What a weird movie.
Yeah, it's a fun time, and like to me, the easiest way to kind of explain my feelings on it and my take on it is that it feels like a James Gunn Superman movie.
Yes.
Because that's what it is.
Correct.
But like it's 100% a James Gunn, like it's the Guardians of the Galaxy style thrown onto Superman.
Yes.
And that's what it is.
Which, saying that, I know some people are going to be like, well, I don't know. But I think for me, it works.
Oh yeah,
I'm not saying it's like successful 100% of the time, but I think it works
for sure. It's a fun movie.
Yes,
it's a lot of fun. Like there's a lot of it's popcorn and summertime blockbuster.
Absolutely.
But yeah, it's very James Gunn style.
Yeah, I mean, I can say so many times in that movie, I said out loud, "What?"
Yeah.
Or, "Huh?"
Yeah, and I think mostly too, just because of through our experience of that character.
Yes.
Cinematically.
Right.
Going through Christopher Reeves and Brandon Roth and Henry Cavill, Superman has always been an Earth-based superhero.
Yeah.
And
you knew that he was from not from here.
Yeah. Yeah, you knew he was from Krypton, obviously, but he's just been, especially like Christopher Reeve's version of it, it's essentially New York City.
Right.
The Statue of Liberty is there, and it's always just been Earth-based.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
Whereas this movie is very cosmic and multi-dimensional, and has all of the weirdness that goes along with that in a Superman movie. And it's a bit, honestly, for me, it was a bit jarring in that way, just because I'm not familiar with the character in that way.
Right.
I'm familiar with a lot of Superman medium.
Yeah.
I've never read the comic books of Superman, but like I've seen enough animation and stuff like that to have a pretty good grasp of the character.
Right.
But even for me, as nerdy as I am, like this movie, like it took me a bit to kind of like adjust to that kind of world, I guess, with this character.
I agree. And I think like for me, it was adjusting to the silliness of it. Of like, and I think it's a product of a couple of things. First of all, it's a product of this not being Marvel. So you go to see a superhero movie, and everything that we've gotten for the most part out of DC has been super serious. Not that there aren't serious aspects of this, but the movie's just quirky.
Well, yeah, and I mean, I would say not necessarily what we've gotten from DC.
Yeah,
because like we've gotten a lot of stuff from DC that's not serious, like the Suicide Squad. I never saw Blue Beetle.
Yeah.
But like Harley Quinn,
sure.
Like the animation things and stuff like that, like it's all out there. But like Superman specifically has always, those movies have always had a more serious kind of a tone to
I guess
them.
what I mean is like Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, those
Batman and Robin. Don't know if I could say serious.
No. I mean like in the post Cavill. Like all like that.
Sure,
realm.
the
That's
DCEU.
What I mean. Correct.
Yeah.
There we go. I couldn't think of the name of it. Yes. And so like watching this, not necessarily knowing what to expect.
Yeah.
It's quirky. It's self-referential, but not like meta self-referential. It's just like it's almost aware that it's a movie.
Yeah.
In a very good way, I think.
Yeah. I would say mostly in a good way. Like there's some aspects of it that I feel like are too on the nose of like, I feel like this is James Gunn commenting on things that have either happened to him or things that he doesn't like and stuff like that don't really make sense in the context of this movie and this narrative. But so it's meta in that way, but like it's not necessarily good or bad really to the story.
Right.
It's just kind of there, and we all kind of like, I get what you're saying,
I see what you're doing. Yeah. And I think like if you didn't know about him specifically, maybe you wouldn't catch that. I don't know.
Could be just more of a commentary on social media.
Yeah.
Specifically.
Sure, yeah. Or current political state and so on and so forth.
Right.
But I think in the realm of that, the smart choice is something that we've talked about a fair amount, is how do you take a character like Superman, who is by all accounts invincible,
right?
And how do you do that movie? How do you engage your viewership in that character while they still know that he is nigh invincible? That he is the pinnacle of superhero ostensibly.
Right.
So how do you do that, and how do you
make it interesting?
Yeah, how do you suspend disbelief enough
without using the villain's got kryptonite?
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, or how does it not end with Superman needing to pick up something really, really big?
Right.
Which in this movie, like there's like certainly like a point in time where I'm like, why didn't you just pick that thing up and chuck it?
Yeah. But I think like that's the fun aspect of this, is that they skirt that line. Gunn skirts that line just enough where it's like, this is ridiculous. All of this is ridiculous.
Oh yeah,
But it also like
for sure. You
it's
can't
just-
take yourself too seriously.
And I think that that's what separates this movie
Yep.
from a lot of the DCEU
Yeah.
is that like it takes itself the right amount of serious.
Yeah. And even like down to like the concept of like Superman's trunks, which
Yeah.
in the DCEU, the Henry Cavill version, like they just couldn't find a way to make it work,
Right.
Because it just kept looking too silly. Until like your point, that was not the style of those movies in that era. Like they were trying to take a more serious tone,
Right.
And they just never could make the trunks work. And like that was one of like the favorite things that I heard about the making of this movie was that they couldn't get there either.
Yeah.
They just never felt like it got to a point where it wasn't silly. But then David Cornswet, the guy that plays Superman, was just like, but I think that's the point.
That's
it
the
was
point.
Like, we don't need to take it too seriously. And like, yeah, it does look silly, but like, that's okay.
Yeah. Or there's a scene where Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane and Cornswet are as obviously Clark Kent at that point. And they're having a conversation. It's a fairly long conversation about their relationship.
Yep.
And like there's this alien creature, like almost a squid-like thing in the background. What are they called? Not the
Justice Gang.
The Justice Gang
Yeah.
in the background is fighting.
Yeah.
And like the whole thing is like you as a viewer are watching their conversation, which is a fairly serious conversation, the ridiculousness of what's going on behind you. And at some point she kind of turns to him like, should you? And he's
You
like,
need to go handle this?
No, it's fine.
They got it.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, that is just, that's funny because you could have clearly had that whole conversation, a very serious conversation, and not had that moment of levity. But the moment of levity is what makes that conversation actually land.
See, like I kind of fell on the other side of that.
Oh, really?
Like it is like a balancing act, but I think the actual meaningfulness of that conversation would have had more weight to it without that going on every cut that you go back to it. And like even within the conversation, they keep looking off to the side.
Yeah.
Or she does. He never really does. But it's like the funniness of it is almost taking away the
Interesting.
importance
Yeah.
of what they're saying right now, because I'm still like laughing at that happening of Green Lantern pulling out a bat and beating this thing of like, I've honestly kind of forgot what you just said.
But I think that that's like, to me, that also harkens on kind of like reality of like, like we're having this conversation. If somebody else were looking at this conversation and watching our very serious relationship conversation, they don't care about this because we are the only two people that care about a relationship conversation. So like there's something else going on in the background. But I see that point. Maybe it does take you out of it a little bit, but I think in some ways that is the point.
Well, and I mean, I've heard that kind of same criticism in different points in time where it's like, it was a kind of a complaint about Marvel for a long time of not letting your emotional moments be emotional. You would always have to throw in a gag at the end of it and not let it really have that moment of, oh,
Wait.
yeah,
Sure.
of just going to a joke too soon. I think that one kind of like, I remember thinking that, watching that, of just like, I'm actually way more interested in what's going on back
Yeah.
there because this is a superhero movie of, I'm not really paying attention to what y'all are saying. And I feel like I should be, though.
I'm going to throw this, though. I think you're absolutely right in relation to the MCU, but then the payoff becomes Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good or too good, whatever he says, and you watch him disappear. And so like when you get to Infinity War and that happens,
Yeah.
and you go, okay, so where's the joke? And there is no joke.
Right.
There is your emotional payoff.
For sure.
And maybe that is a response to all of the criticism surrounding it.
Right.
But like there's your you leave the theater in that movie and you're just gutted.
Yeah, you're just whipped. Yeah.
Yeah, you're destroyed.
Yeah.
So I see that.
Yeah.
But I think that like this Superman in particular does a good job of taking the character that is always kind of put at this pinnacle and like just strips it back a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and then kind of puts this like just quirky, weird nature to it.
Oh yeah, totally. Like my biggest praise would be the fact that like I totally bought in to Corn Sweat as Superman.
Oh yeah,
really like him as the character. And,
agreed.
And I was right there with all the frustration of Gunn coming in and saying, "Nah, we're getting rid of Cavill," because I really liked Cavill. Just didn't think he got the chance to really own the character ever.
Likewise.
And so I was right there with like, I don't think I'm ready. I don't think I'm ready for another Superman. Like, you know, and all right, you got this guy. All right, cool, whatever. Yeah, he looks like him. Sure, I don't care though. But nah, like
I would say by like 5 minutes in, oh yeah, I was. I
like this dude as Superman. Yeah, I really do.
Yeah, he's not Cavill, and I don't care.
Yeah, same. Like, and again, biggest praise. Like, honestly, across the board, I liked everybody as those characters.
Yep.
I liked Lex Luthor. I liked Lois Lane. I liked Jimmy Olsen. Like, I liked Mr. Fantastic. I liked all of those characters as those characters.
Yeah.
Those versions.
I think for me, it's also the only characters that I have a relationship with is Lex Luthor and Superman. So like everyone else is kind of like, I don't want to say backfilled, but like I was like, yeah, this all makes sense.
Right.
This is all ridiculous enough that makes sense.
Yep. Totally.
So I'm interested to see where they go from here.
Yeah,
like, I mean, if this is a reboot, if this is a reinvigoration, if you will, of DC, where do they go?
Yeah, I think this was like I think I said it in that episode about upcoming movies, was I wanted to see this just for the fact that this is the start of a cinematic universe.
Yep.
And they're taking a big swing. And when you take a big cut at a swing, if you connect, man,
yeah,
like that could go a long ways. Also, if you miss, that could be a big just whiff. And either way, I kind of wanted to see that,
yeah,
and be a part of it in the moment.
Okay, so now that you've seen it, did they connect or did they whiff it?
I think they made solid contact. I think, certainly in terms of what DC was,
right,
in the universe that they had attempted to create, this I think has way more promise and potential to it. Was it a home run? I don't know if it was. I think it might have been like a stand-up double.
Yeah.
It was a solid hit. There was no question. Like that's a double.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was a home run for me. For me personally.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that was it a home run? No, but I think it's the to continue with the baseball metaphor. I think it's that guy can hit. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see what he can do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I think this is the start of good things to come.
Yeah.
And I hope that they continue down that path. Like, again, you don't have to take yourself seriously. Like, you need to create good movies. It needs to be visually interesting. It needs to have good characters, but you don't have to take yourself so seriously.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that. Let's eat some popcorn. Let's go watch a movie. This is going to be fun.
Yeah.
I want to have fun.
Yeah. I wonder, just in terms of the DCU now, of, they've already said, like, I think I saw something the other day where this could have been absolute made up, just internet trash. But I saw something where I think Gunn said that there's going to be like confirmed 100 different realities within the DCU, and like, it makes me wonder of do you fall into the mistake of it being too much?
Sure.
Because like he's already said, like everything that happens, whether it be animation, games, obviously the movies, TV shows, all of it is connected in canon, and obviously trying to replicate what Marvel's attempting to create.
Yeah.
Rather successfully or unsuccessfully at this point, however you see it. And so is that just kind of like is that a tough thing to chase? To have it all be connected? Because I think that's a lot of the downfall of the MCU recently has been everything feels like homework.
Yes.
Do I have to watch
Yep.
Ironheart to feel comfortable going into Doomsday?
Right.
Is that essential viewing stuff? Kind of seems like it is.
Right.
But I don't want to slog through it if I have to. Like,
exactly. And I think that like if they're going to do, if they do what Marvel did through the first, bit.
Yep.
Cool. Where like there's not all this ancillary extra shit.
Right.
If you will. Like I don't have to watch 13 different TV shows. I just watch the movies.
Yep.
And like if I happen to skip Thor Dark World, okay. I skipped it.
If it becomes important, you're going to fill me in anyway.
Right. Like, do I need all that homework?
Right.
No. And I get the sense, could be wrong, but I get the sense that that's what's going to happen. Is like, I don't, yes, it's all connected, but
right.
We don't have now the Disney machine behind us pushing for all of this. We're going to make good movies that are interconnected.
Yeah.
And some are going to be fantastic and some not so much.
Yeah. Fingers crossed.
Speaking of fantastic, though. You like that segue?
That was pretty good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I was looking for a way to get there.
You got it.
Yeah. You went and saw Fantastic Four.
Yep.
Rides Again. Fantastic Four, the 4th iteration. Fantastic Four, we're doing it one more time.
First Steps.
Okay. That's what I said.
Yeah.
Fantastic Four, First Man.
First
with
Steps.
Ryan Gosling.
First Steps.
As Neil Armstrong.
No, he's not in it.
Tom Hanks is Jim Lovell.
No.
Yes.
None of those things. Just Fantastic Four First Steps.
How was it?
It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. The smartest thing about it is that the very first thing you see is this is Earth 828. It's a different reality.
Is not real Earth.
Well, this is not MCU Earth.
Interesting.
This is in a completely different place. So we have an open sandbox. And you've seen it in the trailers and stuff. Like, it's all 1960s, 70s futurism in reality.
Like Jetsons futurism.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, like all of that came to reality, and like this is the reality that we live in, and it goes into everything. Every building has it. Every individual background character exudes it. It's throughout the movie. Everything is in this kind of idealized reality in this golden age comic book era, and everything is just kind of like that. Like, there's some stuff that happens in the movie where it's like, if you had it based in our world, you'd be like, stupid. Like, that's dumb.
Right.
But because it's in this alternate reality, you're able to be like, oh, nah, it kind of makes sense here. Like, that's just the world that they live in.
Because it grounds it in that.
Yeah. Because it's clearly not here. It's
right.
in this kind of idealized societal realm where there is a global community. It's not just solely based here, and there's more emphasis on the things that we don't put emphasis on.
Right.
And so the things that would be ridiculous here, like there's one point in the movie, without spoiling anything too much, it's like there's a global task that needs to happen, and immediately everybody's on board. Where it's like, in this reality, you'd be like, stupid.
Yeah,
like, there's no chance y'all going to convince Russia to do anything that we want to do here in America. Like, that's
sure,
dumb,
sure.
But like, in this reality, it's kind of like, okay, I can excuse that because this is a different version of society that's okay.
Yeah.
And it's cool.
Having not seen it, I think that's the play. I think in some ways, like, that's what Marvel has to start to do, is to, exploit that. And like, okay, so we've done reality. That's, air quotes. We've done reality. We've done New York. We've done, this, all these things. So now we have to start playing with those.
What does New York look like in that world?
Exactly.
Cool.
Exactly.
Like, it's really kind of interesting. Like, these movies have such similar goals at hand.
You mean Superman and Fantastic Four First Steps?
Yeah, two movies that we're talking about.
I just want to make sure. I mean, like, I want
I'm talking about Godfather and Jurassic Park.
Sign me up. Crossover between
Jurassic Godfather. They're both like reintroducing characters,
right?
And also setting them up in universes that we've never been to, whether they be familiar or not. And they have the task of introducing them in Superman. Right at the beginning, we're told this is 3 years into him being Superman.
Yeah.
At the beginning of Fantastic Four, this is 4 years into them being the Fantastic Four.
Oh, okay.
I think to the benefit of the Fantastic Four, they give you a little montage at the beginning of some of their
how we got
greatest hits up to this point that I think Superman would have benefited from.
Interesting.
I think that was a smart play. It's cliche, I think, to do that, but I think narratively it works so much better, just because even in that brief little thing, you get a bit of an essence of like why we're here at this time and space, kind of a thing. And I remember thinking that of like within Superman, of like, yeah, like we don't need an introduction to the character, we get it, but like there's just so much that has happened up to this point that we're completely ignorant of, that just to see some sort of a flashback. If you would have asked me like at the beginning, will there be a flashback scene? Yes, but there wasn't in Superman. Like we got no context to anything before that. But yeah, they're so similar, and I try not to be a homer for Marvel, but I think they did it. I think they did it a little bit better in this movie. Like James Gunn's like came out and said that he's trying to create a DC universe that is more kind of like fantasy based.
Right.
Whereas Marvel's intent is to, like that's why in the DC universe there is no New York City, there's no Chicago, there's America. Like Earth is essentially kind of still the same Earth, but it's a different reality. And so,
but you have Metropolis and Gotham. You don't have Chicago and New York.
Right. And I think that's why it'll benefit, I think, the DC in that way.
Yeah.
But like this movie handles the same kind of task in a way that, yeah, that's Times Square, but it's not Times Square.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see the Empire State Building, but there's all these other buildings that I don't understand as New York. They just did such an amazing job aesthetically in this movie that both movies do. Like they're both really visually entertaining movies just to look at in and of themselves. Like the design of the Fortress of Solitude for that movie, incredible. Like such a cool design. Like very, very, not what you're expecting, kind of a thing. But this movie does it extraordinarily well, also.
And I think
to
that
the nth degree, like it just kind of blows my mind that they did it as much as they did.
That's
in
what
every shot.
Marvel has to do. Like they have to kind of. They've taken the last couple of years of information of, wait, where are we going? How is this happening? This character or this individual made some choices outside of the movie sphere that we now have to zig and zag. And like, I think that a lot of Marvel here lately has, I'm not going to say it's been holistic misses, but it's been like okay,
yeah,
that exists.
Right.
Whereas the downfall of this new phase of Marvel is you have every fan comparing it to the Infinity Saga.
Right.
And so like you kind of have to do a reset that I don't think that we ever really got. And if this movie is indeed part of that, here are some other explorative ways to go about it. Cool.
Yeah, I think it was such a good choice to do that, and I would be shocked if they almost don't do that. They've kind of already introduced that, like the X-Men are in a different thing because we saw in a post-credit scene X-Men somewhere else.
Right.
I think that'd be really smart. Like keep them in a separate reality that doesn't necessarily connect specifically to that version of the MCU proper.
Right.
But
you have the ability, and I think what's smart for Marvel is you have the ability to bring all of these things together whenever you want, just by simply like multiverse.
Yeah.
Like if you get to a point where it's like, okay, stop trying to tell this just massive damn narrative. Tell this story.
Right.
Tell the story of 3 years in, Superman is now battling Lex Luthor, who doesn't, like, we don't really understand why Lex hates Superman other than the fact that he's Superman. Tell that story.
Right.
And then eventually get to a point where, okay, yeah, all these stories do interconnect, which is what Marvel began with. Tell the Iron Man story.
Yep.
Tell the Thor story. Tell the Spider-Man. Well, eventually, tell that story.
Right.
And then, okay, these do intersect.
Yep.
That's where people love it.
Agreed. I think what this movie does just a bit better than Superman. Is that the Fantastic Four in this movie have a very clear motive of what they need to do.
Right.
There's a task set for them that has to be accomplished, that when I look back at Superman, both Lex Luthor and Superman both in that movie, when I think of like what are your goals in this movie, they're a little more vague. And to me, they didn't seem to be as quite so definitive of like Superman needs to accomplish this.
Sure.
And that thing is just kind of like not necessarily a goal for him. It's more or less like
Superman just needs
he's almost
to be
just kind of playing defense.
Yeah.
Like
Superman's just morality. Like I need to be a good dude.
Appearing that I just have to overcome.
Right.
And to an extent, like that is the case in the Fantastic Four also, but it's so much more personal.
I think that's something that so many superhero movies have like pushed so far of like the world is at stake, when sometimes it is just, I want to be a good person.
Right.
That's what I appreciated about this Superman is like, I'm just trying to be a good moral individual.
Right.
And so like, yes, the world ultimately is at stake because there's some like, weird alien creature monster, but I'm just trying to be a good person. And all these things are getting in the way of me trying to be a good person. But it calls into question.
But those things getting in the way are what gives me the reason to be a good person.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, exactly. But
like, if all that stopped, then
I'm just a reporter.
Yeah. just a journalist.
So Fantastic Four presents this is personal. Like this is like, we have to do this for us.
Yeah. And there's a great moment in the movie where a speech is like provided.
Yeah.
It's really great. It's not, it's the basic take on it is that I'm not willing to sacrifice the world for this, but I'm also not willing to sacrifice this for the world.
Yeah.
And so we've all got to work together. And that's like that culmination of this, like it's cheesy and it's corny, but damn it really works in that universe.
Yeah.
That it's like, oh, I wish that could just be the way that shit is. It's not, but it's fun to see it in this cinematic non-reality.
It makes me want to see it more.
Yeah.
Like I'm bummed that I didn't get to go with you to see it, but I mean, I'll watch it for sure.
And, and that's like it's a really interesting conversation that my daughter and I were having of like movies that you want to see in a theater nowadays.
Yeah.
Like we saw like some trailers beforehand and like none of the well, that's not true, but a lot of the trailers that we saw, it's like, I'd be fine with just waiting to see that at home.
Right.
And I think it's an interesting commentary about like, the big discussion about people making it back to the movies. Is this the summer of the return of people going to the movies and stuff like that? Like there was a trailer for Avatar, Fire and Ash beforehand. And it's like, that's a movie that you're going to want to see in a theater.
Correct.
That's going to be a better experience in a theater versus at home. Whereas like a lot of movies, I think you get just as good, if not better, a viewing experience at home than you do in a theater. Like there's a lot of cases where I don't know that $14 to $20 premium really provides me an experience that matches what I've got to pay.
Yeah.
When it comes right down to it, I think both of these movies were really trying to accomplish very similar cinematic experiences,
right,
and narrative elements.
Yeah.
They're strangely very similar movies. Honestly, I think Fantastic Four did it just a bit better because I think there's like the element of like what you were saying in terms of letting the emotions run and let them really ride out.
Right.
I think Fantastic Four does that a bit better. When it comes to those emotional points, that movie, it lets them go.
Yeah.
Because it's in the trailer. It's about family. And like that's a very important thing within the movie itself. And in Superman, I guess it's more just like Clark's connection to how he sees himself. And while that certainly is also a very big thing, I don't know that they ever let it really explode. And like really, that's it.
And
right
I think
there.
it's because, and I'm not making an excuse, and I think you're totally right. Again, not having seen Fantastic Four, but I think like we're trying to do with at least Superman, we're trying to do a lot with this, and we're trying to hit a lot of bases,
right,
so that we can move forward. And so like, here's an introduction, but here's all this other stuff going on. Here's all of these things.
Yeah. Like Fantastic Four doesn't have the need to do that on such a grand scale, even though they do. And for my aesthetics, I enjoy that a little bit better.
Sure.
Just because like, I mean, and also too, got to give credit where credit's due. Fantastic Four's got Michael Giacchino back there pulling heartstrings.
Absolutely.
And
come on,
that soundtrack, dude.
I've heard that score. It's good.
Is like it just tingles all my bits.
Yeah.
Like
it's
love
good.
it. Love
it came out 2 weeks ago on Amazon Music.
Yeah.
And I listened to it. I was like,
and like that, I think that's the first, aside from like the Avengers theme.
Yeah.
That's the first theme that I think from now on, that theme.
Yeah.
And like, cause like nobody else has it. Like no individual characters really ever had it. Like that was always like a bit of a slam on Marvel, was that there were no memorable themes.
Right.
This
Other
one's
than
got
Avengers,
it.
yeah.
So good.
I that makes me really want to see it.
Yeah.
And again, I'm bummed that I didn't go.
It's good stuff, man.
Well, on that note, you got anything else?
No, my glass is empty.
Mine as well.
Has been a great conversation.
Agreed.
Yep.
And it's been a great drink. And I'm glad that you brought this back to share it with us.
Yeah.
Well, we'd love to know, what do you think about the Kilkerran 12-year single malt Scotch whiskey from Campbelltown?
Yeah. Have you had it? And have you had one of those releases that I didn't pick up? Because, you never know when you're going to be back over there.
And if you want to, give us a splash, we'll let you, just reach out.
It'd be great. We'll give you credit.
Yeah, we'll give you credit, and we'll give you an address to send it to as well.
Yeah, indeed.
We'd also love to know, what do you think about Superman or Avengers? What was it?
It's Fantastic Four first.
What did I say? Avengers.
Yeah. I think we just leave it that way. It's been the running gag through the whole thing.
Okay.
Fantastic Four Doomsday Era
Tour.
Yes. Yeah.
Sure.
Something like that.
Okay. You can get in touch with us through email. It's drepandstone@gmail.com. You can also get in touch with us through social media.
It's always one word, Drep and Stone, DREP and Stone. Come find us on all those social medias. We're there doing something, and like a thing, share a thing, comment on a thing. And
there's a lot of special stuff going on.
Yeah. Always.
Yeah. And you can support the podcast financially through our Patreon page. It's patreon.com/drepandstone. You can rate Drep and Stone wherever it is. You get great podcasts like this one. And finally, you can tell someone in a dark movie theater when you shouldn't stand up and yell at people. You can tell them about Drep and Stone.
That is one time to do it. You could also do it like as the credits are rolling, while you're waiting on that end credit scene.
Oh, good point.
Yeah, just do it right then.
Yeah, just like, hey, everybody, while I have a captive audience, I want to tell you about Drep and Stone.
Yep.
Good advice. You probably don't want to stand up in the middle of the movie.
Nah.
Yeah. I strongly.
I don't think anybody's going to be accepting of that message at that point in time.
And you're going to scare people, and you don't want to scare people.
Yeah.
Especially when you're associating us with scaring people. Don't do that.
Yeah, please don't.
Yeah. On that note, hey buddy.
Hey buddy.
May your glass overflow.
And your fantastic ass never show.
Super.
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers.